They actually are the reason why I have to have this live. Stop caring about what other people think, because there are 6.8 billion adults in the world and they are thinking with their amygdala. So they're not even using their prefrontal cortex, which is where cognitive thinking exists. Because they are emotional, they are making emotional decisions, they are making emotional snap judgments, and they are emotionalizing. We talked about last week external anxiety, and now you have this external anxiety that you feel because this unaccountable group not using their prefrontal cortex located in their frontal lobe and not using the brain as it was designed starts saying hurtful things. Hurt people, hurt people. So for example, on Instagram, people talk about my nostrils flaring. He could talk about my teeth, my eyes, my high cheekbones, the fact that I don't have nails and I need to fill in my eyebrows. All capitalistic things that have been given and programmed to you so you can stay on trend and you won't be talked about. So we have a bunch of adults, basically it's just high school all over again, walking around being something that they're not so they won't get talked about. And I say fuck you. And twice on Tuesdays, because I'm not about to let someone's hijacked amygdala stop me from being a bad mofo. That's just how I see this. So for you, and I'm going to get into the excuse me, the activities that you can use in order to shift your brain. But we had a perfect example of an imbecile starting by saying something. And if I did have low self-esteem like them, or the self-esteem of a fruit gnat, then that could have potentially bothered me. There are days when people say, are you a boy or a girl? Are you this? Oh my goodness. Someone says something very sexually overt that I had to delete and report. So the point is, unaccountable people want to make it seem like they have it all together because of cognitive dissonance, and they want to put the distractions away from them. They want to say, you have on the wrong outfit. You need to do this, and you're doing it wrong, and I'm doing it right, and you're doing it wrong. And so everybody should be the same, and we're not. We all have different fingerprints. We all have different DNA, which means we came here to be unique. But the unaccountables, because of comfort bias and cognitivity bias, people want to conformity bias and comfort biases. People want you to stay there. The amygdala wants to be safe in a comfort cocoon. And anytime you're doing something that makes them uncomfortable, they want to make you feel bad, so you'll stop doing it. So what I say is more important than who you are and what you came here to do. And I say, no, absolutely not. I got made fun of, and I've talked about this before. My 5th grade photo, I wore a tweed suit with a tie and a pleated skirt and white tights and black ballerina flats in 1984. No one was doing that back then. That wasn't something, and you're in the hood. You're supposed to have on Jordache, Glory, Vanderbilt, Chardons, EBS sneakers, and anything but what I had on. But I was Dr. Donna in the making. So what happens for me is I don't really do what people say do. I've always gone against the grain, but that external anxiety is there, and I absorb it, start ruminating on it, don't do it, but the feeling is still there because of the amount of times my mother said, what did they say? What did they say? What did they say? So I'm saying stop caring about what they say. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you stop caring about what others thinks. It is a mental skill. This is something that you're going to have to learn how to do, because you were told what other people think of you is important, even though they're thinking about it from their right amygdala with a little bit of left amygdala sprinkled in there. So they're coming from the emotional center of your brain in the limbic system located in the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, right here. And we're supposed to be operating right here. So they're down here with all of their emotionalizing, and somehow you're supposed to care about somebody who hasn't rationally thought about that damn thing coming out their mouth. That's the absurdity of this, of everything. Because when people are using their prefrontal cortex, what they say to you actually makes sense. When it's coming from here and the temporal lobe, it makes no damn sense. And now you feel like I got to hurry them do this before they say something. Go, blah, blah, blah. But if someone tells you, you know what, for your body style, and back in the day on daytime television, they used to always have fashion makeover shows, and they would tell you, this is what looks great on you. Don't put this makeup on because your skin tone, I have red undertones, so pink doesn't work on me. All of the things that would make you be at your best happens from the frontal lobe. But no, everything that makes you feel bad and terrible is coming from here, and it's coming from the people who reside in the emotional center of their brains, and they want to make you feel bad because they feel bad. So you're going to have to learn how to give zero fucks about what anybody has to say about you, especially if it goes against who you actually are.